sometimes I know that players are scared of my name, so they will not even fight me when I show on their screen. I can just see by the way they are clicking that they're scared, and I think that just comes with experience to be able to do stuff like that. Yeah, I did play football when I was young for like 6-7 years maybe. I think that kind of started the competitiveness in me. Ever since then, like every sport or every game I started playing, I was treating just like football and I wanted to win. So yeah, that was for sure the beginning of my competing career, I guess. I've always been a competitive person. Like if I do anything that I actually like or like I value, I will always try to win and do everything I can to be the best at that thing. There is not many things that I care that much about, but yeah, but if there is something that I like or I care about, I will always do my best to win. I started playing League in season 3. I think in season 3 I finished in gold. Like I think instantly when I played my placements, I was like silver 1 or something and got to gold instantly on the next few games. And after that, yeah, season 4 I got to platinum. In season 5 I didn't really play much at League. Like I think I was playing different games. I just got a little bit bored of League. But then in season 6 I came back and I reached Challenger, and then I started playing a little bit more serious, I guess, trying to actually learn the game rather than just play it for fun. First time I did Challenger in League, I was just playing every role, honestly. I remember I was playing some mid lane, like roaming champs. I was like playing out of Twisted Fate and Talia. I played like junglers that were ganking a lot, like supports that were roaming, Blitzcrank. Also played some Janna if I needed to be a peel support. So I was like all-arounded player. I think I played every role. Since I got Challenger, I was like, oh, maybe there is a chance for me to like master one role and maybe I will become a pro player. So then I was like, which role do I feel the most confident in? And I just felt like jungle, I have the highest champion pool. The role is probably the most interesting one. So I just picked on playing jungle. You can kinda be everywhere on the map. You can do whatever you want and impact the game in any way you want rather than be stuck to one lane. So I think that's why I liked it the most. Yeah, I kinda speedrun it because I joined LEC in like season 9. So after 2 years of playing, like from basically no experience to LEC in 2 years. But once I joined it, I had like very high expectations of everyone. I thought that I will join there and maybe not be able to keep up, and players that are playing there are really good. But they kinda surprised me in the other way. Like they were actually not as good as I thought. I felt like I actually stand a chance against them, and if I will keep improving and playing my game, I can become one of the best. I think once I got the MVP, I really, like, that was the moment when I felt like people actually see that I'm the best, one of the best in the league, or at that point I was the best in the league, and it just felt good because before that I always felt like I am that guy, but maybe people didn't think about it that much or didn't think that I'm that guy, but yeah. Yeah, this is spring 2021. I remember it was my favorite meta probably to play with because it was like Udyr and Hecarim were both really OP. And I felt like that season was probably the best season I played. I felt like jungle was really strong, that's why I could accelerate and just carry the games. I deserved the MVP that split, but I didn't manage to get it because media and everyone was voting for Reckless because that's just how it is, and Reckless got it. So I was a little bit sad, but in the end, I think we made it to finals. We got reverse swept. Yeah, I guess everything happened to be like that. I mean, it was a disaster of the split. I didn't get MVP and then we got reverse swept. No, it was a sad split. The thing in LEC, every team was kinda good, and in LCS there was like 4 teams that were pretty good and 4 teams that are not that good. So it was like big the difference between teams in the same league. So that was like a biggest shocking thing for me coming to LCS. I learned a lot, especially from my first year play with Impact and Jojo and our coach at the time. I felt like I just got more experience from Impact on like how to react to certain stuff in the game, and ever since then I feel like I'm all-arounded player during the game. Like I see what's going on every lane, and everyone on my team knows what I wanna do. I think the 2022 was the year where I improved the most. I don't really play chess. I know the rules, but I don't play it. I'm not good. But I can see chess being very similar to League. you have like a goal in the game, and you can play your board in different ways, or it's kind of up to you how you want to play it out. And there is also tempo involved in the game, so everything is kind of similar to me as League. In League, when you start the game, like both teams kind of have even tempo, and then you have to figure out what you want to do with your champions to get the tempo on your side and then play with it for the rest of the game. While in chess, one player starts with tempo because he has the first move, so I think that's like the biggest difference in these two games. And yeah, that's why I think it's harder playing chess with tempo from behind, because then you need to wait for enemy to make some sort of move or some sort of mistake for you to take over the game. While in League, you are starting on the even state, and then it's up to you what you do with that. I feel like right now I can, like during the game of League, I can feel when our team is having tempo and when we are not having tempo, because when you don't, I just feel like something is off with what we are doing. And once you get it, I try to make sure that everyone knows we are in position to control the game, and make sure that we don't drop it for the rest of the game. So yeah, I think my playstyle is like very consistent. I think I don't do stuff that is unnecessary to win. I kind of feel like every comp has certain way of how you should play in order to win, and I usually just stick to that. And I want my whole team to also play around it, so we can be the team that wins more often, because I think a lot of teams are just taking unnecessary risk, and then the risk pays off for them, and they think that what they did was good. But in reality, if they would play against a better team, I think there would no way the play would work. So I don't like playing this way. I think when you play against me, the games are usually pretty slow, because I do believe that if both teams are good, you can't just win the game really fast. I think you need to play a little bit slower and take a little bit more calculated risks. My goal is kinda to make everyone play their own game, at least in NA. I feel like players are sacrificing way too much, and that was kind of a playstyle of rookie players as well. When they come in, they try to help their teammates too much just to be nice. I feel like I like when players know when they are supposed to be selfish and when they are supposed to actually help their team. So that's what I'm trying to teach my teammates. Like, when do you actually need to help me, and when you should never try to help me. Playing with Buio is really nice. Honestly, I was really excited to play with him. I think that was by far the most exciting player on the FlyQuest roster for me to play with, because I always wanted to play with him. Because when I played in NEACL, he was always annoying to first. Like, he had all these pocket picks. He was always like in the game, like he was TPing behind you, he was flanking you in mid game. His engages were also always on point. He was so good on tanks. His gangplank was always really scary, so you couldn't pick tanks against him. And I feel like he has a good eye for the game. And ever since I started playing with him, I feel like we have very similar idea on so many situations. It's first time for me playing with someone who thinks about the game so similarly to me. We are a good team, but we are still making mistakes. Our games are not super clean. I think we are often put in the situations where the game is kinda even, but then we just make better decisions in the moment. And that's why we are able to close out the games or win from the even positions. I just don't like playing the game assuming enemies will make mistakes. I like to make your clear plan that is not possible to go wrong, and just play around that. Yeah, I think there is still a lot we can improve on. I think if our laning phases would be stronger, I think we would be able to snowball the games even harder. But we for sure have a lot of potential as a team, and I think as we are right now, we are for sure on the level to win LCS, but it's not necessarily because we are so insane, but I think other teams are also not that good. I feel like eventually I will also to support. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I think right now I'm too good of a jungler to waste that, but I think in few years I will for sure want to rose up to support. I feel like the support role might suit me very well, and you can way easier control the game while playing support, because you actually just do not do anything. You're just there. You have OP thing because you have wards on the no cooldown. You can base whenever you want, and you get your free wards. And while doing that, you can also call the game for your teammates what you think they should be doing and how they should be playing the fights and stuff like that. So I think that always suit me well. I feel like a support role is really underused. Like the support players are not using support to the full potential, while I think junglers are kinda squeezing as much as possible out of jungler role. So I feel like if I go to support, I will be able to make more out of my role rather than other players. but it's not gonna happen in the near future because I still have a lot of games to play in the jungle.